The morning sun glared down, sharp and unforgiving, across the training yard. Sweat dripped from her brow, her uniform clinging to her as if mocking the effort it took to earn it. She had been pushing herself harder than ever, yet here, under the unforgiving gaze of the drill sergeant, every misstep felt magnified. And then it happened. He grabbed her collar, his grip firm, unyielding. Every eye on the base seemed to fix on her. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. She froze, a jolt of fear mixing with determination. The drill sergeant's eyes, intense and piercing, scanned her with the weight of judgment that could crumble the strongest resolve. Around them, the base seemed to hold its breath. Soldiers paused mid-step, eyes widening, the hum of preparation cut by the silent question. What would happen next? Her mind raced. She thought of quitting, of the comfort waiting beyond the gates. She thought of the nights spent training, the sacrifices, the bruises, and sleepless hours. Yet, something deeper urged her to stand tall. Pride, grit, and the stubborn refusal to be broken surged through her veins. The drill sergeant didn't release her immediately. His grip tightened, not in anger, but in a way that demanded presence, attention, and respect. He spoke softly, yet every word carried the authority that had trained this base for decades. The words weren't meant to punish. They were a challenge. She took a breath, steadying herself, and met his gaze. The tension between them was electric, palpable, stretching across the yard like an invisible wire. Around them, soldiers shifted, sensing the significance of the moment, the silent teaching embedded in a simple, unyielding gesture. Her hands trembled not from fear, but from the intensity of it all. She could feel every pair of eyes on her, every heartbeat syncing with her own. The base seemed to pulse with anticipation. Then, as though commanded by the gravity of the moment, the drill sergeant stepped back slightly, and slowly, deliberately, every soldier snapped to attention. She blinked, disbelief mixing with pride. Every movement, every shift of posture across the yard felt like a wave of recognition washing over her. They weren't just acknowledging her presence, they were honoring her strength, her perseverance, her unspoken achievements. She remembered the first day she had arrived at this base, tentative, uncertain, feeling smaller than the walls around her. Back then, she had wondered if she truly belonged. Standing in the sun, dirt under her boots, and sweat on her skin, she understood something profound. Respect wasn't given lightly. It was earned, sometimes in the smallest, most quiet ways, until it demanded recognition. The drill sergeant nodded once, sharply, approvingly. Her chest swelled with a quiet victory. It wasn't about proving anyone else wrong. It was about proving to herself that the struggle, the effort, the refusal to give up mattered. Round the base, whispers began to spread, soft at first, then louder, carrying stories of her dedication, her resilience. The relentless drive that had brought her to this singular moment. The soldiers who had doubted her or ignored her presence found themselves compelled to rethink what they thought they knew. Respect, when earned, radiates. It shifts the atmosphere, reorders hierarchies, and quietly commands allegiance. She took a step forward, standing taller, shoulders squared. Every detail of the yard, the dust swirling in sunlight, the crisp lines of the uniforms, the cadence of boots on concrete, felt alive, part of a moment larger than herself. She thought of her family, her friends, her mentors, and all the silent supporters who had cheered her on from afar. Their encouragement, though invisible, was present here, in the acknowledgement rippling through the base. The drill sergeant's voice cut through the murmurs, calm yet commanding. Strength is not just physical. It's will, determination, and the courage to stand when the world expects you to fall. Today, you've shown that. Applause rippled across the yard, not loud. It's not chaotic, but deliberate, measured, meaningful. It wasn't just recognition of her. It was recognition of what she represented: resilience, integrity, and the quiet power of unwavering dedication. She exhaled, a slow release of tension she hadn't realized she was holding. Her hands stilled, her mind clear. She had faced the test, the scrutiny, the silent judgment of 1,000 eyes, and she had risen. She had earned her place not through words, not through protests, but through action. Through the undeniable presence of strength and character. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. And as the drill sergeant returned to his post, the sun catching the dust in shimmering rays. She realized that this moment would remain with her forever. Every glance, every gesture, every snap to attention had told her what she had known all along. Courage and perseverance are noticed, even when the world seems indifferent. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share in the comments a time when you were underestimated but proved everyone wrong. Your stories remind us why courage matters.